And Andrew, a couple of key moments back on the defence issue. First, this review today received by the government. The next one, the next big one, will be where to when it comes to the US and UK partnership known as AUKUS.
That's right, Kieran. As we prepare for a possible trip to the US by Prime Minister Anthony Albanese to meet with Joe Biden and Rishi Sunak to announce the AUKUS nuclear submarine deal set for potentially mid to late March, the Sun newspaper in London seems to have reported some of the details. A report in the British tabloid on the weekend said that the UK has agreed to provide Australia with nuclear submarines in the first deal of its kind ever, worth billions to British industry. Ministers are said to be open in principle to the idea of building conventionally armed nuke-powered subs like Britain's Astute class for them, which cost nearly £2 billion or $3.5 billion each. Insiders say ministers would be open to building a sub for another ally like Australia in Barrow-in-Furness, Cumbria, securing billions of pounds and guaranteeing thousands of jobs for a generation. That's for Brits, by the way. The AUKUS Pact hopes to get a new type of submarine in operation for Australia by the mid-2040s, but this deal could see a British-built sub using existing designs down under as soon as possible. Well, that raises interesting questions about the future of South Australian jobs in the project. The statement goes on, or the report goes on, should I say. However, the UK government has ruled out lending a Royal Navy sub to Canberra. Insiders say it can take 15 years for crews to gain the necessary experience to command a nuclear sub. But the Royal Navy and Royal Australian Navy have already started training together on the British nuclear fleet. And here's my favourite bit. A Royal Navy source said this is going to take some time. It's the equivalent to a family man with a Ford Mondeo being handed the keys to a Formula One car. Well, there are suggestions the US might provide nuclear propulsion for the subs. When I spoke to the Deputy PM and Defence Minister Richard Marles about this, it was put to me that spoke to his office, should I say, they had heard every bit of speculation under the sun, if you'll pardon the pun. So obviously they aren't confirming any of it. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese will do this national security address at the Press Club next Wednesday, and then perhaps we will see him travel to the US for AUKUS. Now, Defence Industry Minister Pat Conroy was adamant in question time the subs would be built in Australia.
We're proud to be making record investments in defence. We're proud to have members in this government who actually want to be in this portfolio. That's why we're building the submarines in Adelaide. That's why they wanted to build the submarines in Japan.